Everyone, welcome back. Been away for a couple of weekends, a couple of little caravan holidays, out and about. So before I get stuck on this, get myself dirty with that, we've been working on the ambulance, doing a few bits and bobs. We've had all the drums pre-skimmed, as they were quite oval, and when you were braking, the brake pedal used to fight you. So when you put your foot on it, your actual foot used to go like that with the pedal. It was absolutely terrible. You had to pump it up as well to get any bite. So we've put those on. Unfortunately, there's no more adjustment left in the shoes, so we're gonna have to get those, take it all apart, get them sent off, get them relined. There's just no more adjustment on it, so they're not grabbing the drums as they should. You've got to pump them up and then it will stop, but even then it's, you know, quite a slow stop. So before I get on with some jobs, look at this. We have wheels and tyres together. Look at them in all the glory. Look at that. These bad boys are finally on. It's only taken me like 3 months. So I've got another 2 more of these to go. They're in the car, ready to go. Big shout out to Reg Greenwood in Pontefract, just as you're going into the town, for doing these. They absolutely hate me now because they've already split these, obviously, and then they've had to refit these, which are slightly over profile for the rims. So they've effed and jeffed with them, but they managed to get them on. I didn't actually specify how much PSI was supposed to be in, but one of them, I think it was this one, had nearly 100 PSI in, so at least I know they're strong enough to take 100 PSI. I've let it out now. They're both around 50, but I'll pump them up before they go back on. So my plan with these is get these 2 fitted on this side, take all these 4 off, take them off, put one of each on each axle, same on the other side, so then I can get the 8 rears split and then sandblasted. And so they can get sandblasted, sent off, painted. I'll do the priming again. I'll probably do a video on that. I know it's not the greatest amount of content, but it's something to watch in it. On another note, I've got these for the rear, which magnetic, decent flash on them. Just got them off Amazon, because these things are so stupidly slow. Get out of the way of them, Christ. These things are so stupidly slow from a junction. First gear, you're doing not even 10 mile an hour. They're that slow. I've looked in the mirror and I've had trucks and buses right up to the tailgate thinking that I'm going to pull away quicker, when in fact I'm grabbing second at 5 miles an hour. But yeah, I've also got some slow vehicle magnetic strips to go on the side. Just people are idiots. They don't know what they're doing when they see these big green things. They just don't know. And into the front, this is where I'm going to be working today. So I've got some sticky back rubber to go on here. There is actually meant to be a line of rubber going through here. Oh, there's a little bit left. So yeah, that stuff's perished, and you'll see that no Rio is ever square on the front. Like, absolutely none of them are. They're all bent, twisted and whatnot, but this is just to help it from rattling a bit more. I've also managed to get some, it is actually radiator hose, but it's 32mm or 1 1/4 inch for our American viewers, to go on the turbo. So there's actually meant to be a turbo waste pipe. I'll show you that in a minute. There's your turbo. There's your hot side and your cold side, blah blah blah. And then there's supposed to be a pipe on there. You see how that's beveled there, or chamfered, or whatever you want to call it. So that's actually meant to have a pipe on it that goes down, rather than dumping all the oil and grease that comes out flying out of it at Mac Jesus, and you know, getting your diff all covered in jibe. That's supposed to go down past the front axle and then straight onto the floor. So that's where that hose is going to go. I've also managed to get a pair of reproduction bonnet latches. But there we go. Just pull that down a little bit. that's supposed to secure the windscreen down. I mean, I'm never going to have the windscreen down myself. I might do though. I am thinking about swapping to a soft top. Just get down, there we go. So yeah, I am thinking about going to a soft top. So there's a potential to have the windscreen folded down and just stop it rattling around. Those reproduction bonnet latches will do my job. So there's another thing to do. Right, so that's turbo hose on, or turbo waste hose, sorry. And yes, I've used a Jubilee clip, a Jubilee clamp, and a pipe clamp, because I do not want this coming off. I know it's only firing muck out the bottom, but I only want to do it once. Alright, trim the other end now. Here we are, underneath the Rio. Yeah, it's a little bit long, so I'll probably cut it off to maybe just about there, where that 2 is. I'll cut it off there. Unfortunately, there is some movement. I don't know how bad that'll be when I'm going. I guess we'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, choppy chop time. So there is the pipe trimmed. Excellent. So just to let you know again, this is 32mm ID, or 1 1/4 inch ID. It's just braided radiator hose. It'll do the job perfectly well. Hopefully it doesn't wear through and get chewed to pieces by the spring and diff going up and down and all that. Bonnet latches are on, dangling there. Where are they? There they are. So when I fit this stuff, I'll put the bonnet down and see how everything lines up. So I'm not filming myself doing anything because I forgot my tripod. That, and it's pretty boring. Pretty boring to watch. I've already sliced my finger open with a Stanley knife cutting that hose, but hey ho. Alright, stood on the engine block, as you do. No, air filter and engine block. I've just run the file across here and straightened some bits out. It's all bent and twisted and that, so it's a bit flatter than it was. And get a bit of the surface rust and crustiness off. I'm just going to blast over it with some red primer. Try and keep this rust at bay because it's quite pitted there, and there's a few bits. I think this part's common for Rios to go. That little bonnet stay there. So it's quite windy. Okay, done. Lovely. I've also done the bonnet latch because why not? You can see it better when you're looking through the grill, I guess. So I'll give that half an hour or so set, then stick some rubber on. I still can't believe how handy those grab handle footsteps are. Oh my god, it saved me such hassle. No need to lug the massive ladder all the way to the front. Just one hand on there, foot on there, and just pull yourself up. It's so much easier. I might actually give that a coat of primer. Unfortunately, it's had a ding there. I think the bonnet latch is roughly in line with that. So I think it's bent out slightly and just hammered it straight down. And somebody's been closing it. Okay, there's the rubber on. It's definitely on. Self-adhesive stuff. I may punch some holes through it and, you know, rivet it on. Squeeze it a bit more to the lip of the. Close the bonnet, see what it looks like. Oh, also, we've got a red top, boys. I've just tidied that. Oh, Jesus Christ! Tidied that radiator cap up as well. Yeah, it looks all right. I'll fight some black on this anyway, make it look a bit more presentable. Shame about that ding. I'm not too fussed about it because, well, the radiator works, so until that springs a leak or blows or whatnot, it's not coming out, it's staying in, because everything here works. Yeah, that looks decent, apart from that lip there, but factory can't be much better than that. So yeah, with lifting that up, it's, you know, these have got a bit more bite to them now. Speaking of latches, That's what the repro ones. These are actually from India, and they cost me 11 quid posted from India. I mean, how cheap are they making these, and how many of them? And they work. They're strong. These have got some really good springs in them. Well, yeah, it looks the part anyway. Bit of overspray on there, but not too fussed because he's getting painted black. What's my next job? So we've got some black paint on here now. Tidied it up a little bit, not as crusty. Bit of overspray. It has been so hard to resist just blasting everything with semi-gloss black. Cover some rust up on here. Just to tidy up a little bit. Bit of overspray here and there, but again, not bothered because the whole thing's getting painted. Just fettled them in as well, just to take the primer off a little bit. So I'm going to drop this down, start tidying up. That's probably going to be it for the day. Just kidding, as if I'm going to pack up without doing a bit of revving and thropping and whatnot. It's definitely one of the best noises ever, isn't it? Sit here and listen to that all day. Give it a heat cycle. Not that I know how hot it is because the temperature gauge doesn't work. There's power going to it, but it never moves off 120. So either it's really, really good and runs that cold, or the thermostat's stuck closed. No, that isn't live. It's full of sand actually. That's it from me. Enjoy your bank holiday, keep trucking, see you out and about.